Hello, my name is Fiona Gill and you are listening to a podcast for the National Schools Training Level 5 School Business Management Diploma. The podcast covers Unit 3, Module 4, and we will look at ideas and strategies around communication and customer relationship management. I will discuss my SBM reflections on how I understand the concepts, tools or theories raised within the module. This includes how I have applied them within my professional practice, developed my own skill set through doing so, and had an impact on my school. Firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I have worked within education since 2002, starting first in the Children and Young People Directorate and then moving into my current role as School Business Manager in 2008. Previously to this, I worked within the Ministry of Defence and for a private sector company managing the finance department and salaries. I have completed a degree in School Business Management with the Manchester Metropolitan University and completed the Level 4 CIPFA Certificate in School Financial Skills. I also studied the Level 4 and 5 Diploma through the National College. I started my work with the National Schools Training in April 2015 and I am a Fellow of the National Association of School Business Managers. In the distant past, the local authorities procured and paid for school resources, including school staff. As we are aware, this changed with the local management of schools and has built from there to the current educational landscape. This has resulted in all educational settings having to take on the customer approach and communication to all stakeholders. Why? Because instead of the school deciding what is best and right for the pupil's education, there has been a shift to education being driven by one of the school's main stakeholder groups, that of the parents. Building a customer relationship is not new for all schools. Independent and private schools have, for obvious reasons, viewed their parents as the customers. Is there then argument for all schools to view their parents and other stakeholders in this way, and thereby guarantee that there is a culture of polite, respectful and professional dialogue by school staff with all stakeholders at all times? The changes in educational settings have created a challenge for school business managers and directors to move the mindset of some staff over the funding for schools, and to make sure that the money available in the school budget is used to improve teaching and learning for pupils. This may be whether indirectly through the purchase of furniture or directly through resources such as staff. It is not possible or even ideal to price tag a good education for children. The outcomes are both quantifiable in exam results, but also significantly non-quantifiable in achievements such as self-esteem. However, it is possible to know our schools are raising attainment for the pupils, and it is our role to communicate this to stakeholders. Pupil Premium Grant, as an example, has introduced a good way of demonstrating such value. Schools have to make a statement on how they have invested the money for the benefit of a group of pupils and then communicate this to stakeholders via the school website. Of course, a customer relationship management model would not stop with the parents in a school. There is also a need to build strong relationships with the local community and in particular local businesses. It is also about giving the pupils a voice through councils so that they are listened to and feel that their views are valued. Customer relationship management also ensures that an organisation is aware of its image and brand, not just through direct communication, but through physical appearance. Is the school clean and tidy? Do visitors feel welcomed? So how to find out if we are managing our relationships in a positive way? How to find out if we're getting it right? The simple answer is by asking. Ask the pupils, ask the parents, ask the community. Ask all and everyone who has a stake in the school. Vitally, see this as an ongoing process and not a tick box one-off exercise. Carry out surveys, polls and questionnaires and then redo them on a regular basis. Monitor feedback on your school's Facebook or Twitter account. Find out what the customer actually wants or would like to find in your school. Crucially, try to let your stakeholders know what you will then do with their feedback. Share the positives, explain something that cannot be done, and promise action for a change that can be made. And then follow it up by making sure that that promise for action or that action plan is then embedded within the school development plan. All stakeholders are important and they want to provide their views. In my school, we buy into a school parent survey and this is carried out every 18 months. This allows us to make historical comparisons across key stages and also provides evidence of relationship management while also making sure that we are receiving positive feedback and have a record of that feedback, a record of what actions we've taken as a result, and also a record that our stakeholders, parents, are actually happy with the service that we are providing. Schools have a lot to learn from the service industries with regard to customer relationship management, and it is part of the school business manager or director role to highlight the lessons we can learn from hospitality organisations such as hotels. Consider the service received from a higher star hotel. The beds may be the same level of comfort and the breakfast very similar, with cereal, toast, eggs and bacon, tea and coffee on the menu. But what really makes the difference is how the staff engage with their customers, wanting them to make the most of their stay from the first welcome to the time of checkout, analysing what other hotels offer and changing their service delivery or facilities, ensuring that the customer feels welcome, valued and an individual. This is what we should want for each individual pupil at our school to feel when they leave us to move on, that they have felt valued, that they felt welcomed, that they felt an individual. Finally, there will always be times when we do not get it right, but with positive customer relationship management, we can work together with stakeholders to improve. We will have the standing to admit we need to improve and can develop together in the best interests of both current and future pupils. We have come to the end of this podcast. If you have any questions relating to this podcast, please send me an email. For all other questions, please ask your National Schools Training tutor. Further discussions and debates can be posted onto the online forum regarding customer relationship management. This encourages collaboration, shared thoughts and questions amongst professionals. Thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope that you found it helpful.